Awesome, but knives can be dangerous, and so you just want to do it. I wanted to just show you the proper way. When you have your knife, you obviously have your blade, and some of you, these knives are really nice. My mom used this knife her whole life. It's like this big. It's a steak knife, pretty much. Cuts everything with it. I'm like, oh, come on, man. You got to move into real life here. And so here's some more snacks. That's good and done. So I bought her one of these, and she's been in heaven ever since. So this is called the Santuco knife. Very nice, very pleasant to hold, very light. They can get really sharp because they're really thin blade. They have these little grooves here, which allows the air when you're cutting things to go through, and it slices through better. But this is a Santuco blade. This is just a classic chef's knife. Okay, but when you hold any knife, except for like your paring knife, you'll hold that different. But you really should choke up. You should really choke up on your blade. You should put your fingers on the blade like this. You should put your 3 fingers down here like this. Now you have 100% control. This knife is going nowhere. If you hold it back here like this, which a lot of us do, if you hold your knife back like this, you have a tendency to want that knife to turn. So if you're cutting a carrot, which is very dense and hard and very challenging, and a lot of fingers are cut off by cutting carrots, but if you hold it back here, that knife's going to want to turn. But if you put your fingers here and you have more control, now you have a good steady grip on that. You can cut anything you need to cut. Okay? Sharp knives. Sharp knives are better than dull knives, right? Okay? It slices through, it's easier, it's what it's intended to do. So the best thing to do, if you don't have a stone and know how to sharpen your knives by yourself, there's plenty of knife sharpeners out there. Get them done professionally twice a year. That's all you guys need. Okay, for the volume of cooking you're doing. In the restaurant, we sharpen our knives regularly. Okay? And you have to actually take it onto a stone and sharpen it to give you an edge. Okay? And then you have these steels. These steels are important to know. These don't sharpen knives. They hone a knife. Okay? So you have to have an edge on your knife before you can use this. And all this is taking the edge that exists and taking all the little burrs off of it. Every time you hit your board, you're putting a dent in your blade because the tip of your blade is so thin that every time you hit something, you're dulling your knife. So all this is going to do is take your actual edge that's already on your knife and bring it back to a straight point. And it will sharpen. It seems like it is, but it's not aggressive enough to give you an edge. So it's just aggressive enough to take the edge that is there and make it straight again. Or hone it is what it's called. Okay? So hold your knife like this, hold your knife like that, and then you cut. Then the biggest mistake is what we do is we hold our fingers like this. We're cutting our stuff, we're holding our fingers, so you're just putting your fingers out there for the option of becoming part of the stew. You don't want that. So when you cut things, you always want to hold your product like you're holding a tennis ball or a golf ball in your hand. Always like this. And the good Lord made our fingers so that flat right there would run on the flat of our blade. So that is actually the guard for our knife. And it runs on our finger all day long. And it never cuts our fingertips because our fingertips are always cut back. So when you want to use your knife, my fingertips are always cut back and the blade is constantly running so that I can actually cut something. You have so much control with proper handle. You actually know where your blade's going to be. You don't even need to look, which you do need to look. Okay, but I know it's trying to cut my finger. Don't try this on. Okay? So, it is what it is. Cooking should be fun. It shouldn't be a burden.